Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for the LAMH Huntsville season 6 or 7, because my TV say 7, reunion part 1. Baby, this reunion was spicy, okay? They didn't really give much all season, but the reunion was a little spicy. And we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it because I got a lot of notes and I can't wait to get into it with y'all. So if you're new here, if you're not, either way, drop down in the comments. Let me know you stopped by. Be sure to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy this content. Check out my other videos. I dropped like 3 other videos in the last 2 days. So be sure to check them out. Show some support. It's appreciated over here. Turn on your notifications. I'll be going live with other YouTubers tomorrow to discuss Make a Move and their reunion part 2. Okay. So we know Carlos is like the Black Andy Cohen. He likes to walk through and talk to the people when they get dressed before the reunion start, and that's what he did. I like this suit better than what he wore on the Bell Collective reunion. I like the red and black suit he had on. Looking good, Carlos. Everyone looks nice. I ain't gonna lie, Mel's dress was giving me like sparkly Party City, New Year's, Beyonce's Renaissance, like something that was going on, but everybody looked nice. Carlos was giving some subtle shade as everyone walked out. There were some sexual innuendos between him and Maurice as they were joking, and I thought, I wouldn't have said that. But anyway, Melody Rogers steps out, and all I could think about was last reunion when Carlos said Melody Cherie, and Martel was like, Holt. Her last name is Holt. You can't Holt us no more, can you? Because that's Melody Rogers, okay? She said, to hell with Cherie. I'm Melody Rogers, okay? I took my name back, my maiden name. But he's sitting up there making faces, salty much, okay? Being salty do not look good on you, sir. You the reason why she went back to Rogers. She can't even be whole in peace with messing around with you. So we get into the Core 6, aka the comeback group, the Black Expo initiative or whatever. And we also talk about Tisha using Canvas Beauty's policy for her hair products for her daughters, which is such a shame because it's for her girls and it's tainted. But I mean, it is what it is. Tisha felt like everyone was hating on the Black Expo. They always saying somebody hating. Wasn't nobody hating. It was just it. Anyway, so the Scots 1.0. Carlos asked if they felt like they did good business, if everyone thinks they do good business. I feel like they always in heat in business and in their personal life. For me, if you can't even get your house built, you're supposed to be building this and building that. And Marcel got his family living in a 1-bedroom apartment. If you can't get your home life together, then how am I supposed to trust you in business? Now, I mean, yeah, you might have a messy home life and be great in business, but the business is a mess too. Wasn't they supposed to have gambling night or something? And that didn't work out. And every time they do something, there's always like excuses. So I don't know. Something up with those Scots 1.0. Carlos asked Stormy and Courtney their thoughts, and Tisha began to pop off. Like Carlos can barely get his sentences and his questions out. He can't even finish a statement. Tisha claims Stormy doesn't pay her invoices. Well, if that's the case, why were you inspired by Canvas Beauty to the point where you use the policy? I know she ain't take blame for it, but do I believe her? I don't. Anyway, she said that they're all making money because Stormy was like, you know what? I mean, I was successful overnight. Like, your money ain't as long as mine, girl. You might want to watch it. Tisha's talking about we all got money. We all up here. I feel like whatever money Tisha and Marcel have is because they were on the show. And Stormy's point is I had money before I got on the show. I was successful in my own right just based off of my hard work. You were successful because you were on the show. But Tisha said she told Stormy to shut up and go pop some pills. Ooh. Who put a battery in Tisha's back? I ain't never heard Tisha go off like this before. Stormy said that Tisha was reading them scripts in the car. She was rehearsing them lines beforehand. She wouldn't be the first to do it, okay? Marcel told Tisha she going too far. Is she? Because why she mentioned pills? We ain't going to just gloss over that. What was that about? Why you say that? What was your reason for saying that? Don't say it if you ain't going to tell us why you said it, but okay. But Marcel want to shut it down. Carlos asked Stormy about the copy and paste situation. Stormy told Tisha, like, look, I gave you grace, but I'm about to turn you every way but loose up on this stage, okay? That's what it was given. Tisha made excuses with her web designer again and again and again. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Girl, your husband already outed you last week on the finale when he said you and your business practices. I don't know. I think Tisha was in her room on her laptop because we know she don't got no office because he won't ever build her one. An office she had, he kicked her to the curb to get a business partner that we ain't never seen again. I think she was on her laptop working and was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna just copy and paste this." And instead of reading through it, she just click, boop, and went on with her day. Allegedly. So we move on and we have to discuss Kimmy's libido. Oh, and their lack of sex life. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we did. Let's get this done over with. Let's get it out the way early because I don't want to hear about this ever again. I don't want to hear about their sex life ever again for the rest of my life. Please. I don't even want to watch a rerun because I might have to hear about it again. Never again. Okay. Maurice gives a statement that seems like a publicist must have wrote for him. Something like he's sorry, he's a changed man. Sir, please save it. Carlos asks how Kimmy feels about people stating that she was basically being taken advantage of. Kimmy lies, in my opinion, talking about I wanted to, I want my sex life back too. Girl, you were going through chemo and cancer. It's okay to be like, that was not my priority. Girl, ooh. Kimmy off fade though. Oh my gosh. So Carlos asked about faking the big O. Y'all know what the big O is because we're talking about their lack of sex life. Marcel gonna whisper to Tisha, if you faked it, don't tell the truth now. Maurice feels like faking is wrong. As long as you enjoyed it, doesn't matter. She wouldn't be the first. She ain't gonna be the last that had faked it. Okay. I can't even believe you turned on while she in the middle of going through this, but I mean, whatever. But Carlos states that a lot of women have faked it. Other wives have faked it. This is true. This is true. Statistically showing more wives are faking it than not. Okay. So Marie said, had she been honest about it, then he would have known she wasn't really enjoying it. He could have changed some things, done some things differently. I don't think she wanted to do it at all with her cancer treatments. That's the part that seems to be going over your head. Carlos tries to ask Mel if she faked it during her entire marriage. Martel kept yelling, "Cap, lies, the bed stayed wet." Sir, just because a woman's, private regions are, it's wet down there, that doesn't mean that she's enjoying it. Like, it's doing its job. That's what it's supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that she's had the big, okay, never mind. So Melody confirmed that she did fake it. All 14 years and 4 kids later. Child. Ooh. Martel yelled, he got a hook and a curve. Lord. I guess so. I guess that's why he was cheating. I'm not just heat kicking on. Hold on, y'all. Now, where were we? Yeah, Martel said he got a hook and a curve. Let's ask your mistress if this is true. Let's ask your mistress, okay? Mel said Martel is no different than you faking like you were being faithful the whole marriage. Well. Now, Melody, let's not act like Martel was acting like he was being faithful the whole marriage. We know he wasn't. Mel said, well, okay, because he was like, I told you. She was like, yeah, you told me you were a cheater and a liar. After you got caught, after I caught you, you didn't come out and say anything. You told me after you got caught. They're going to argue about this the rest of their lives. So Carlos asked Melody, what was it about Martel's sex that made her unsatisfied? This one is getting real spicy now. We getting into all the intimate bedroom details. Tell it. Y'all ain't married no more. Martel stands up. Man, sit down. Melody said, all that she does. She said all that there, all that standing up, all them gestures you doing, all this yelling, you got a hook in the curve. I don't like that. I don't like that you got a big ego. I don't care what Beyonce said. So Melody said that Martel mistreated her. She's like, one minute you lovey-dovey, the next minute you treat me like trash. I don't get turned on from that. I see what you're saying, Melody, and I get it, and I've been there. But all 14 years, your whole relationship, you never had the big oh, he was treating you like that the whole time. Okay, girl. I'm just wondering because I'm like, okay, was it after time you just stopped doing it, or literally the entire time you just never? Okay, I ain't gonna say it's impossible because it's very possible. Carlos asked Martel if he enjoyed, you know, doing the do with Melody. Of course he did. Obviously, everybody was like, duh. I mean, he said to stay wet. Well, he didn't enjoy it that much, not enough to not step out. But that's neither here nor there. Carlos asked Tisha if she ever faked it. It was like pulling teeth to get her to answer, but finally she was like, every woman has. Well, I don't know if every woman has, but I think a lot of women have. So he asked Stormy, and she's like, I never faked it. And he was like, oh, so he satisfies you every time. He's like, every single time. I do think at some point every woman has faked it. It might not be with, every relationship or whatever. If you're with somebody for a long period of time, after a while, you're like, well, let's just get this over with. I'm tired. Like, it doesn't mean you're not enjoying it because you didn't have the big O. It just means you want to wrap things up. You want at the end, enough. So during the lunch break backstage in their respective rooms, both Tisha and Stormy are talking trash about each other. Martel's backstage talking to Maurice. He's still in disbelief. He can't believe what Melody said. He can't believe she never had the big O. Doesn't matter if she did or not. Whatever you was doing wasn't good enough for her to stay, you cheater. So back on stage, Carlos was like, oh, we got all the ladies and we got the biggest B word in the house. I'm like, Carlos is, oh my gosh. So we get into Marcel getting into women's business. Carlos asked the ladies if they feel that Marcel is always getting into women's business and not minding his own. And Melody and Stormy raised their hand. I actually agree with Kimmy. She said, I feel like he's unbiased and he gives the same heat to everybody, woman, man, or child. I agree with that. I think he gets in women's business and men's business. So Stormy doubles down on her feeling like Marcel is a big BIT. Tisha said, because Carlos was like, everybody wondering how you allow Stormy to call him that. She's like, I mean, I can't dictate what Stormy does. I can't tell her what to say. You can check her though. You could have said, and then you're not going to talk about my husband like that. You're not going to talk about my man like that. Okay, well, since you feel like he in women's business, woman to woman, you ain't talking about my man like that. Not my man, my man, my man. But I mean, that's just what I feel. Tisha was like, okay, I just can't believe you will call another black man a B word. I don't know what you doing. What's going on in your home? Courtney, blink twice if you need help. Like, girl, you pouring it on a little too thick. Girl, stop. I really don't care that Stormy called him a BIT. I don't. I care that she plays victim after she says it. Like, she'll call him that and expect for him to not say anything. And he didn't say anything like the first few times. Like after the 100th time, he responded. And it's like, oh, don't you respond and say that about me. Girl, you think he's just going to sit there and let you keep disrespecting him and not say nothing? I mean, his wife ain't going to check it. Somebody got to say something. Of course he's going to say something. You are disrespecting him. So then you get back what you get back. Like, he never said anything to her wildly insane. Like, I mean, I don't understand. But Marcel said he doesn't value Stormy's words and feels like she's insecure about being in the spotlight. Stormy said she was known before she got on this platform. Okay, Google me, baby. Okay. Stormy said y'all try to downplay that. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about y'all too. She's talking about the Scots 2.0. I mean, the Scots 1.0. I'm sorry. Carlos asked Marcel about him diminishing Melody's t-shirt business to only, diminishing what she does to only selling t-shirts. All she does is sell t-shirts. And we know that's not true. Mel bought some merch and gave it to Marcel, and it was a t-shirt that said, I only sell t-shirts. He joked and threw it back at her, talking about, oh, and you going to give me a 2X. And then she threw it back like, no, you going to keep it. Okay. He was doing just say he was shady. He was downplaying what she does. I don't know everything that she does, but I know she does a lot of things. She does skincare. She's still in real estate. I mean, she sings. And wherever else, the millimeters will let me know. So it's more than just selling t-shirts. Ain't nothing wrong. What if all she did was sell t-shirts? There is nothing wrong with that. I sold t-shirts during the panorama. I was selling t-shirts, and Marcel and Tisha still selling t-shirts. So the audacity. Anywho, Tisha said that she doesn't believe Marcel doesn't want her to be more successful than him, or that he doesn't want them to be on the same level or whatever. Marcel stated that because Carlos was like, Marcel, you said you don't like power couples. And he was like, yeah, I just don't like, what that means and how. What don't you like about power couples? What is it about power couples that you don't like? That they're on even playing fields, that they work as a team, that they work together. You just want to be the head honcho. Okay. Marcel said he doesn't want his teammate to change her goals. Like, they made a plan 10 years ago, they're going to do X, Y, and Z. And now she's coming out here a decade later saying, hey, I want to try something new. And he don't like that. That's not how life works. Okay, we're ever changing. She sat there and went to school, got degrees. He don't care if she get educated, but you better not use those degrees. You better not want to venture off outside of our plan. That's not how that works. But when you want to change a plan, she has to support you. Sean, please. Carlos asked Tisha about her comments when she said she was thinking about being a housewife again. And Melody was like, what? Huh? Who? You worked so hard to get out of being a housewife. Tisha said that she comes from a family of strong women. And even when she had their oldest son, she was a stay-at-home mom for 2 years. And then everybody was like, oh, you can't just depend on that man. You need to go get your own. And she went back into the workforce. Marcel gonna say, yeah, there was a family of strong women. We called them the Rogers. Like, what was that? Why did Melody catch that straight? And then Mel was like, uncross your legs when you're talking to me, okay? You sassier to me. You're going to tell her to cross her legs. You uncross yours first, sassy sis. See, that's why Stormy called you what she called you. That right there. And that's why I don't feel bad. So, but I will say I see nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be a housewife. I always said I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom while my children were young. I've never been afforded the luxury. I've never been with a man who allowed me to be in my soft femininity, in my soft girl era. I never had that luxury. Shout out to the women who do. Now, the difference with Tisha is she was up there hollering, screaming, talking about she felt like a single mom, a married single mom. She was doing everything. You feel like she's a stay-at-home mom, but you're going to do all the work, even down to taking the son to the barbershop. I don't want that. It's not the life I want to live. I don't think so. But I don't appreciate how Marcel is trying to downplay business women, boss women who work 9 to 5s. I don't like how he does that. There's nothing wrong with either one. I work from home because people be like, oh, you work from home? No, I'm at home working, and I work harder at home than I do at work. And then I have my toddler all day and an almost teenager who needs homework and everything. It is not easy at all. That's all you need. This is a 2-parent job, okay? But even housewives should have a plan, in my opinion. A man can change. Y'all watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman? You can be with somebody for years, and the man can tap into a midlife crisis, and at the flip of a switch up on you, and then you sitting up there with no resume, nothing to do, no savings, no nothing. You better have a backup plan. You better have your own thing going. Even if you are at home, have something stashed for a rainy day. You just never know. Anywho, Carlos asked Marcel if his fear is that his wife will turn into Melody, like a strong woman like Melody. Marcel said, turning into a single woman, yes. I don't want that. The funny thing is, I think, this is what I think, and I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like when all them kids is grown and out the house, he might leave. I hope he don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. But Marcel said Tisha can't be a PTA mom and cook her kids breakfast every morning when she's booked and busy. No, Marcel. When you're a boss mom, you make your own schedule. You work around your schedule. You work your schedule around your children. So you're able to, if you're a boss, like Tisha's claiming she is, you can do all those things and work your schedule the way you want to work it. That's a luxury of being a boss. Working moms like myself do this. 9 to 5 mom, you better use that PTO and go to your kids' events. So what are you saying? Moms oftentimes can't. Dad be truck driver, whatever, working whatever schedule you want to work, getting off whenever you want to get off. Moms have to find jobs within their kids' schedule so that they can attend these things and do these things, but it gets done. It gets done. So we move on to Tisha and Kiki's cousin beef. Let's not spend too much time on this. But while we on it, okay? So Carlos asked Kiki about her speaking on Tisha's marriage because she said she would never do that. Once again, Kiki saying someone's name like she did a few episodes back. I don't know who she's talking about, a makeup artist, a hairstylist, I don't know who. But she's saying somebody's name and we hearing all this beeping and honking horns and donkeys screaming and all this weird. What is this? If y'all gonna do all that to believe it out, just tell her she's not allowed to say that person's name, please. So Tisha said Kiki and her husband, because she was like, I never called Kiki and said anything about my husband cheating. That don't mean he didn't do it, but she never called her and said it. Because Kiki was adamant, like, you said you got a cheater on your arm. We don't know that to be a fact, but do I think so? Yes. Do we have proof? No. No one ever came out with any proof. But Tisha was like, you and your husband cheated on each other. And Kiki actually paid for him to go on a date with somebody when they first got together. Ooh, child. Kiki was just looking stunned and sweaty. And that's where the episode ends. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the first part of the reunion. We was getting right into it, okay, to make up for the lackluster season. Drop down in the comments, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.